Have you ever wondered where the rain in Youngstown, Ohio comes from?
Nope.
You've probably heard before that we're all connected, that we're all branches on one large tree at the center of Pandora. And you might have thought that that's just some hand-holding campfire nonsense made up by the liberals. But actually, there's a lot of truth to that. On planet Earth, we have something called weather. And that's not whether or not you believe it, it just is. And the purpose of weather is to redistribute energy. Places like the equator get more energy than places like, I don't know, Youngstown, Ohio. The planet knows this. It's not dumb. Weather moves that extra energy to other places. That's the cool part of weather. So the majority of precipitation that falls in Youngstown, Ohio, originates in the Gulf of Mexico. How is that possible, climate boy? Because the Gulf of Mexico is one of those areas that gets a lot of energy, weather redistributes it. So all that moisture and heat that comes out of the Gulf goes into the atmosphere, and lower level jet streams move that moisture up to Youngstown, Ohio, where it falls in the form of precipitation, like rain. Doesn't that just butter your biscuits? The reason I'm talking about Youngstown, the Gulf of Mexico, precipitation, the forests of Pandora, because last week the federal government opened up a whole bunch of land in the Gulf of Mexico for oil drilling. What that means is companies like Chevron, BP, ExxonMobil are all bidding for the right to drill in the Gulf of Mexico. The auction is ongoing, but the lease for the Gulf of Mexico drilling rights would produce 1.1 billion barrels of oil over a span of 50 years. Now, this is in direct contrast to what the president campaigned on in 2020. This announcement is very heartbreaking because it further underlines the dependency America has on oil and the lack of urgency towards protecting the planet. But really, what can you expect? I mean, this president is so old. Why should he care? I mean, the man has known over 8 presidents.
3 of the minimum.
The fuck? So you might be thinking, well, is drilling for oil in what was previously federally protected water such a bad thing? We all know BP can be trusted, right? What hurts is the lying. The truth is, what you do in the Gulf of Mexico affects the people in Youngstown, Ohio. Hell, it goes much bigger than that. That's just an example that I chose because Youngstown is funny. Now, as of the making of this video, this land is still up for auction, and all these hungry little oil tycoons are all scrounging around trying to get it. What can you do? You can watch. You can go French. You can make the most of what you have. I don't know. I'm not your therapist. But what you can't do is forget. You can't forget what they've said. You can't forget what they're doing, and you can't forget the consequences of their actions. Whew. And on that note, energy. 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 Because